glad you're staying with us. The final word on CNN Philippines. I'm Rico Hizon. Filipinos have become more conscious of their financial status amid this pandemic. A survey by an insurance company revealed. Tonight, we have motivational speaker and entrepreneur Boss Sanchez to talk about how a positive mindset can lead to financial abundance. Brother Bo, thank you so much for joining us on the final word. All right, we are a year and a half into the pandemic. We are still in uncertain times. Many have lost their jobs. Many have used up their savings. So what should be our mindset as we continue to ride through these rough roads?
Yes, I tell people that they must stop waiting for, going back to the normal, going back to what was before, and there are people who do that. They're just waiting, and I tell them, no, stop waiting. You've got to be able to prosper in your now, which is in the pandemic. There is a crisis going on, but find a way to prosper now. Move now. Stop waiting. Stop, siguro, the crisis will end and then it will go back. No, that's the first thing. You've got to do something now. Number two, you've got to explore. You've got to find ways and be willing to fail, because every time you learn something new, you're going to fail. That's fine. The third thing is to really to be able to be grateful. And this is, a lot of people tell me they're overthinking, mental health issues are there. And I tell them, no, you've got to be able to stop overthinking and start overthanking, to be able to have a grateful heart and to say thank you for life. If there's food on the table, thank God. If there is, a roof over your head, you've got family, if there's a means of income that you have,
that's true.
Be thankful, because this is what's going to happen. When you're grateful, you will see the blessings that are there in front of you, and then you will attract more blessings. When you are not grateful, that's when worry comes, that's when fear comes. And I always tell people, if there's one thing that you must do, it's having a grateful heart to be able to overcome the crisis that's happening right now.
Absolutely. Think of the now. Have a grateful heart, because a lot of people right now, problems are just eating them up, right, Brother Bo? And of course, in just a few hours' time, Filipinos officially welcome the Burr months, which is ushering the longest Christmas celebration in the world. Everyone wants to have at least a Merry Christmas amid these difficult times, but some of them don't have jobs, but they still have to prosper in the now, as you say.
Absolutely. And I tell people, from even before the pandemic, my refrain that I share to people always is you've got to have multiple streams of income, not just one. Because, for many Filipinos, it's just their job. That's their only source of income. I tell them, why not have two? Why not have three? And especially in a crisis like now, when jobs and companies, so many changes are happening. And I tell people, why not start a sideline? So right now, if you do not have a job, look for a way by which you can become an entrepreneur. Find an online part-time job. Find a way to sell something, and sure, you might say, that's not me. That's not my comfort zone. Precisely. Yes. You've got to get out of your comfort zone and find ways by which you can add income streams into your life.
That's true, brother. No? A lot of people are saying, this is not my job. This is not my skill set. I don't know how to do this job or that job. This is only what I can do. But of course, when you have no job and you just have some savings, of course, there are many people who are also quite vulnerable, brother. They look into some questionable investments because they also want to make their savings grow. How do they deal with that, Brother Bo?
Yes, one of the problems that I find among Filipinos is that they have a very low financial IQ. Not everybody, but there are a lot of them. It has been my crusade over the past 20 plus years, teaching people how to work with money. For a lot of people, money is a bad thing. Money is something that, only people who are far from God, those are the people who really study about money and obsess with money. And so if you're supposed to be close with God, you shouldn't study about it too much and you shouldn't think about it too much. That's wrong. Money is not evil. It can be evil, but money can be very, very good. It can be a blessing. I run orphanages. I run homes for the abandoned elderly. All of that requires money, and so money can be a great blessing. So I tell Filipinos everywhere, I tell everyone I talk to, you've got to raise your financial IQ. You've got to increase your financial literacy. That's the only way to fight scams. That's the only way for you not to lose money because you make the wrong investment choices. So number one, be able to watch. There's a lot of videos out there. You can listen to podcasts. You can go and hang out with people who are actually investing regularly, people who know what they're doing. Talk with these people. We are shaped and influenced by the people around us. I was just listening to Steve Harvey just a while ago. He was saying, if 9 of your friends are broke, most likely you'll be the 10th person who will be broke. I'm not saying remove those friends. No, you're supposed to help them. But maybe you need to add to your friends people who are investors, people who are entrepreneurs, and then grow with them.
Thank you so much for this inspirational advice, Brother Boss Sanchez, motivational speaker and financial